Hey, my loves. Hello. Hey, y'all. What's going on, my loves? Hey, y'all. Hey, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Blessed Thursday to everyone. Sorry I'm on so late. I'm here. Hold on. Hope everybody's day is going well. Hope everybody had a blessed day. I hope everybody had a prosperous day. I am breaking out. Hope everybody had a good day thus far. So I'm going to give it a few minutes before I start. We actually gonna have a pretty good topic today, you guys. So, you know, should be fun and interesting, whatever we talk about. And then I also have a few shout outs that I need to get out really quick. So I'm gonna wait until I start getting some people in before I start on that. And while I'm waiting, I just want to thank everybody for last night's views, last night's comments and sharing and all that good stuff. I appreciate everything and I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your time and effort and hard work and all that good stuff. I don't think I was able to tag anybody in, you guys, so I'm going to start tagging in now while I'm on. Just give me a little second. I had a actual live set up and then I went back out and came back in, so that's kind of how I forgot to tag people in this one right here. So I'm just going to send a few invites in really quick because I know a lot of people usually don't get the notifications quite yet. Hello, I see you. I'm just putting in some invites real quick. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Rita. Yeah, so I had to send some invites in really quick, you guys. I had initially I had a live that I was gonna do, and then I had to go back out really quick and come back in later on. Hey, Meek Boo. Look, I was trying to I was trying to tell you I was getting ready to go live, my love, but we was typing so fast I didn't get a chance to tell you. But I love you so much. Yeah, that's the right volume, my love. The 40 volume, the Clairol, that's the right one you sent me. Hey, Sandra, what's up, my love? Hey, y'all. What's up, Chris? Hey, girl. Let everybody get on in here and give them a few more minutes. Hey, girl. Hey, boo-boo. Look, I'm so excited to see you guys. I really am. You know what I mean? Like, I apologize in advance that I was not able to come on here this morning. Like I said yesterday, I was having a rough day. Your girl was down, and she was feeling kind of bad, but I was able to come on here last night and do a live. and it was pretty cool. And I did not expect the turnout that I got on that live. So I'm glad that I got up and did it. You know what I mean? Because I did not have the energy to do it or whatever. And it's kind of weird, you know what I mean? Because I was telling my husband, like, sometimes, like, when you actually doing the lives, you don't get a chance to see. You don't get a chance to see, you know what I'm saying, like, who's all watching you. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like right now, it shows 3 people on my end, but by the time I finish posting it, you've probably had like, because I think it was like 382 people or something like that, 300 and something people watching on that live last night. So on that note, thanks to everybody that watched. You know what I mean? If you didn't get a chance to come in and comment, like, I still appreciate it. You know what I mean? Any view is a view for me, and it's just awesome. You know what I mean? But you know, like my husband and I were saying, like, it's kind of like ironic that each time I do another live, you know what I mean, it just grows and grows and grows. And so you just have to have the patience to be patient and just let it take its course. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I'm doing. But like I say, you know, I have my moments when I'm, you know, when I have the energy to come on and do the 2 lives, and when I don't. Like I said, you guys are going to see every layer of me that I have, you know what I mean, on my good days and bad days. Like, I'm not going to leave anything out, you know what I mean. I pretty much want you guys to be able to follow me on my journey, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to hide behind a camera when I'm not feeling well or when it's a bad day. I'm not going to do that, you know what I mean. But like I say, some days will differ from time to time, just depending on how I'm feeling. But other than that, I'm back. I'm feeling pretty good today. I got a little gust of wind and gust of energy, so I'm ready to talk and chit chat with you guys. So what I want to do really quick, you guys, because like I said, I did the first live, I set it up, and I had everybody tagged in it, and then I had to go back out really quick, and then when I came in, I didn't tag anybody. So let me tag a few more people before we get started. So I'm here. I see you guys. I just want to invite a few more people in really quick, because like I said, I know some people that don't have, you know what I'm saying, they don't have their notifications, and a lot of times they'll tell me like, oh, I didn't get my invite, you know what I mean, or I didn't get a notification. So I just want to make sure everybody has one. So let me just tag a few people really quickly. Let's see. On that note, I'm still here. Still can see you guys. Okay. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. Still Felicia TT back. All right, so, hey, my love. Hey, Maddie. My other son is watching. I love you so much. Look, I've been tagging you in. Since, not since I started, but like for a couple of videos, I've been tagging you in. I know you're really, really busy, but I just want to let you know that I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. Man, listen, I'm so proud of you. I always knew that you was going to do something big and you were going to be something big. And Mama's just letting you know that I'm a proud mama right now. And you keep doing what you're doing. You keep pushing. You keep pressing. Hey. I love you so much. I miss you. We all miss you so much. So you keep going. You keep pushing and pressing. You know what I mean? I'm praying for you. I want you to be so successful and so big. And you're going to be successful and big. You know what I mean? Like I say, I always knew you would be big, and I knew you were going to do your thing. You know what I mean? You just had that gleam in your eye when you were younger. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so proud of you. So you keep it up, okay? You keep it going. I know. But you know what? It's all for the greater good, my love. It's all for the greater good. And I'm just starting my journey out, you know what I mean? So I know how it is, you know what I mean? And you all over the place and you trying to do everything, and I know how it is. So, look, we We know you here, and you know what I mean? Even though you can't chime in, we keep up with you and we follow you. You know what I mean? And we're all so proud of you. Right. Look. Look, I'm trying to get my status up where you at. You know what I'm saying? So I can do what it is I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So you doing it. You doing what you're supposed to do. Hey, my love. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, cousin. I love you so much. So you keep working hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy that you're on here. You know what I mean? Because we all been kind of worried. You know, not worried, but you know what I'm saying? We all been like, oh, you know, we want to talk to Matthew and all that. And Preston asked me about you the other day. And I know you and Marvin keep missing each other or whatever because you guys' schedules are so busy. Because, you know, hopefully one day you guys can link up or whatever. But, you know what I mean? Your family is here and we love you. Just, you know, just keep working hard, man. This is what, hey, man, look, this is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? For everybody that's on here right now, I come on here and I do this, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that you just see in people, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll see things and sometimes that person will know what's there and sometimes that person won't really see it as of yet, you know what I'm saying? And this is like living like proof, you know what I'm saying? That if you continuously like press positive motivation into like the people around you and the people in your surroundings, that it helps them to stay motivated to do what it is that they say they want to do or to do what it is they set out to do. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that empowerment and motivation and pushing it into others. And while you're doing that, you're allowing it you're allowing yourself to push motivation and empowerment into yourself by spreading the love around. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually on here talking to one of my sons, you know what I'm saying, that has been in my life for years, you know what I'm saying, and pretty kind of came up with my sons. And he always, you guys, he always knew from the gate that he was going to do something big. You know what I'm saying? He knew from the start that he was going to be something big, and he didn't care, you know what I'm saying, how, you know what I'm saying, what level he had to start at, because he always was able to see that bigger picture. Right. You know what I'm saying? I always see that, you know what I'm saying? Like all my kids' friends are pretty much my kids. You know what I'm saying? And I always saw that in him, you guys. And it's just like he always knew. He always saw that bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? So when it was time for him to start to progress and produce and do the things that he saw in here, it started to take place. And now when you look at him, this baby is working with Candy and Mona Scott Young and Regina Hall. Hey, Momo. What's up, my love? How are you? Blessed Thursday to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, it's so heartwarming. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to see like this type of productivity, you know what I'm saying, happen. You know what I'm saying? You don't always want to result to like the mediocre lifestyle. You know what I mean? There's people who are talented. We are all talented. Some people know what we're talented with. Some people don't know what their talent is quite yet. But God did not create us, you know what I'm saying, for some people to be talented and other people's not to be talented. So we all have a talent. We just have to find it. And sometimes, thank you, girl. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we gotta like push each other or inspire each other in order for that person to, like I said before, you think it and then you speak it, and when you speak it, then you react it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that person to say, hey, you got it, you're gonna be like, these kids usually would literally like turn my house into a you know what I'm saying, into a theater where they would record movies and they would have us get into the movies and stuff like that, and we would reenact Friday and have fun. But all in all, you guys, this was, you know what I'm saying, this was all for a purpose. This purpose was because these kids wanted to do something with themselves, you know what I'm saying? And this is part of what the topic of conversation is going to be tonight. It's going to be geared towards like relationship goals or whatever, but at the same time, you know, it's also going to be geared to like why motivation works, why positive affirmations work. And so with that being said, that's why I'm kind of geared over to this way right now, because this baby has came in and I'm so happy that he was able to come in. And just seeing his success, you know what I'm saying, it proves to me that as long as you do one good thing a day, as long as you believe in somebody else, sometimes even when that person can't believe in themselves, you know what I'm saying, like, it's going to help them. It might not help them right then and there, but later on down the line, they're going to become something big. Hey, boo-boo. Hey, fatty. I love you so much. They're going to become something big. You know what I mean? So you just got to keep pushing that positive, you know what I'm saying, affirmation or positive motivation into that person. You know what I mean? And support. Part of this topic tonight, you guys, it came up through a few people. You know what I'm saying? One of those people would happen to be my husband. There was some other people who brought it up, and I said, you know what, why not? You know what I mean? So I'm going to do this topic tonight. It's going to be kind of geared on relationship goals, right? It don't matter if you're married, dating, engaged, whatever. It's all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about basically how you can be in a relationship, right? And everybody wants to be in a relationship where they're loved and the relationship is positive, and you know, they have this beautiful rendition, which is a picket fence and the dog and all that stuff, and kids, or maybe not kids or whatever, and they're successful. But sometimes, like, in order for us to have that, we don't really do the things that we need to do in order to maintain that or keep it or sustain it. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that we were talking about is geared on the things that we're going to talk about tonight, right? It's not a biased conversation, because guess what? This can go for women as well as it can go for men. So it's not like, it's like, okay, it's dogging the men out and we're empowering the women. It goes hand in hand. So one of the things we were talking about was this, okay? When you're in a relationship, say for instance, there's different types. You have relationships you get into with a person, and say the person knows where they want to go in life, right? That person says, oh, I want to work, you know, I want to have a career, I want to have an education. They pretty much know where they want to go, okay? But just because that person knows where they want to go doesn't mean that the spouse, meaning if it's male or female, it doesn't mean that that spouse, it doesn't have to continuously push their spouse to the higher limits, right? You can't just rest on what your spouse says that they want to be, or where they want to go, or how they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to continue to inspire your spouse, right? And sometimes it could be a situation where you can see the potential in your spouse, and your spouse doesn't see the potential in themselves. So what do? Do you just allow your spouse to go about their business and not tell them, like, hey, I seem to think that you might be talented in this, or you're gifted in that. Why don't you, have you ever thought about pursuing this or going this route or whatever? Or would you just allow them to, like I say, be themselves and not contribute into your spouse's success, and vice versa? So that's like basically part of what this conversation is going to be tonight. Hey, cousin, I love you so much. Miss you. So this is what this conversation is going to be about tonight, you guys. We had some deep conversation about it. I thought it was very interesting. I definitely have some different views on it. You know what I'm saying? And I always say this. It does not mean that my views have to be somebody else's views. You know what I'm saying? And somebody else's views don't have to be my views. But if you can open up the dialogue and have like basic communication just to see like how the other person feels versus how you feel, then it kind of like opens that floodgate, you know what I'm saying, to see like kind of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to invite some people in here, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not being biased. I wanted to get a little bit of women in here, a little bit of men in here. That's why I wanted to do the invites and get people in so we could start talking about it or whatever. And I want to see how each sex feels about the topic. You know what I'm saying? I want to know from a man's perspective, if you are in a relationship, okay, do you feel like you can just rest, or do you feel like there's a certain limit, you know what I mean, when it comes to like motivating your spouse or inspiring your spouse. For instance, say if you mention something to your spouse and say, oh, you know what, I think you're a good singer. And they just, every time you see them, they just running around the house singing and laughing and singing and laughing and singing, right? But they never do anything with it. And the spouse is like, but you can sing. Why are you not doing anything with it, right? Do you just allow that person to just sit there and then not go to the next level? Are you the type of person that feel like you might have to give that person a swift kick in the butt to get them where they need to go? Or do you just not do anything at all? All right. So I want to hear some other people's views on this. I don't want to just talk myself, right? But I will give my, I will give my views on it, but I just want to hear from some other people, and I want to know, like, how you guys feel about this. You know what I mean? Because when we started the conversation, it was very interesting, and from some of the male's perspective was different, and the female's perspective was different, and then it would rotate. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of, strange, but different. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like this. Look. Hey, Shelby. Hey, my love. I feel like this. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship, right? And I've been in a relationship with my husband for going on 16 years, right? And we've been married for about 5. So I count the whole 16. I don't just count the 5. However, okay, it's been times and situations where he has had very awesome jobs. He has had good jobs. He has had okay jobs. He has had to work 2-3 jobs. Bottom line is, he always, hey boo, he always kept a job. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing, right? However, even though he kept a job, he was always at that plateau where he knew what he needed to do, just didn't really know what his passion was, or what his calling was, or what he was good at, or what he could be great at, right? And so, in the midst of that, I was like, okay, look, as long as you got it together thus far, we're good. Because, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to support you. Because I want the same support, right? But at the same time, if it comes a point in time, you know what I mean? Because you have the quiet spouse, you have, kind of the submissive spouse, right? And we're going to talk about that too. And then you have the aggressive spouse, right? And I think I seem to kind of lie into a little bit of all that. You know what I mean? I think I kind of learned where to be submissive. Because at one point I was like, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do me. Because for a long time before I met my husband, it was just me. So I was used to just being that strong, gung-ho person who worked the job. If I had to take my kids to work with me, I took them to work with me or whatever. You know what I mean? I was so independent. And when that relationship came in, I had to learn all over again how to place all these feelings where they needed to be. You know what I mean? As far as me having to know, okay, this is where I need to just chill, sit back, let him take control. This is where I need to be submissive. This is where I need to be aggressive. This is where I need to demand my respect. You know what I'm saying? And figure all these things out. And guess what? Damn near 16 years later, I'm still trying to figure it out. Right? But for the most point, right? I'll say this. For the most point, I'll say this. At this point in time in my relationship, you guys, there is nothing when it comes to my spouse's goals, dreams, no matter how dingy or crazy they may sound, I'm going to take heed. I'm going to listen. Because if you don't do that, I feel like this. I feel like if you just surpass your spouse's goals, dreams, or whatever it is they want to do, I'm trying to learn how to cuss so much. You know what I'm saying? But this is a passionate conversation. So from time to time, I'm going to say how I feel. Hey, sis. Hey, boo-boo. I'm gonna say how I feel sometimes. You know what I mean? This is a chillax day. I've been pretty good thus far, so I might have a little potty mouth because I feel like it's a passionate discussion. I'm gonna support my man, right? Because a lot of times we could be at that age level and our spouse can come in and say, you know what, I want to be a race car driver. And we will shoot that shit down so fast. Right. We will shoot it down so fast because we will be so quick to be in our own feelings that we're not even realizing that, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I just stepped on my man's goals and dreams, or my woman's goals and dreams, because I'm so stuck into how I feel that I don't give two shits about how my spouse feel. Hey, boo. So I'm not going to sit here and lie. At one point in time, I probably felt like that. You know what I mean? And it wasn't coming from a mean place. It was just coming from a level of maturity. You know what I mean? At some point when I was younger, I felt like, oh, you just need to work. You need to help me pay these bills, get this stuff taken care of, blah, 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 blah. That's the mentality that I was in at that time, right? And all along, then when I started maturing and I started getting older, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started hitting those 30s, wasn't quite in those 40s yet. I'm like, you know what? I need to get my mess together. Because what's the use of being in a relationship if you can't support your spouse, or if your spouse cannot support you? You know what I'm saying? So I was saying to my husband today, like, you know what? Because actually my husband loves horse racing. His dad was a jockey. His cousin's dad was a trainer. They really into horse racing. I got into horse racing. I'm not too deep into it like he is. He reads the books, he studies it and all that. And I'm looking at it like this. Okay, look, if this is what you love to do, let's turn this into something big. If you're going to do it, don't half-ass it. Let's do it for real. If you're going to do this, let's master this shit. You know what I'm saying? So we could take this and turn it into something huge. I'm not going to step on your dream. I'm not going to laugh at you and say, oh, you must be out of your rabbit, you know, mind that you think that this is going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what some of us will do. And like I say, it's not intentionally. Sometimes it is. But for the most part, it's not intentionally. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we automatically go to our feelings and what we think is right for us. And in the midst of us doing that, it crushes them, right? So then once you like, what you mean? Like, you tripping. Like, now you want to do this now? Like, why you want to do this now? In their mind, it's like, well, maybe, you know, maybe it's not a good idea. Or maybe I won't be good at it. Or maybe I should just let it go. And then they find themselves confused. You know what I'm saying? Because what they initially felt, right, is now gone, or on its way to be gone, because one of us has stepped on it, crushed it, destroyed it, right? And they throw it on the back burner, right? So I'm telling him, like, look, if you want to do this, let's do it right. Because you're doing something huge for me. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody knows that if you're in a relationship, right? And this is how you know when you're maturing and you ask yourself this, and this is something else I want to talk about too. And you ask yourself this, how do you know? How do you know when you're with the right person? Right? How do you know when that relationship is the one? Right? Because we all have been in that position where we felt like it was the one and it turned out to be the wrong one, right? We all been in that situation. I know I have, right? Quite a few times. However, how do you know that the one you're with is the one, right? So I'm saying to myself like this, a lot of things I would just observe and I wouldn't even comment on. You know what I'm saying? I watch and I observe. You know what I mean? I think sometimes it's just cool to just chill and be quiet, be still, and just you know what I'm saying, observe about what's going on. Like, because sometimes we could just do this so much and we miss everything. You know what I mean? And I'm in a position where I don't want to miss everything. You know what I mean? Because as of right now, I'm in a pretty cool spot. I would never say it's perfect, because nothing's perfect, and you have problems in all relationships. And that's what makes relationships, because then you know what I'm saying, you have to learn each other and you have to compromise and all that good stuff, right? So it's never going to be completely smooth all the way. But for the most part, if you know what I'm saying, I feel like if you follow the basics or whatever, you're going to run into those problems, but you just want to run into them quite often. And if you do run into a problem and your communication is good and is bomb, you'll run into it, but you're going to have to run into it again and again and again, meaning that you're going to have to run into the same problem all the time, the same situation over and over and over again. You might have another problem, but it'll be on a different topic. You know what I mean? Because you have crushed that situation and you're moving on to the next thing, right? And that's all a part of growth. So I feel like this. I feel that if you are able to answer that question, which was, how do you know that you're with the right one? Then I feel like you should support your spouse in whatever it is they want to do. But at the same time, be logical, but not crush their dreams at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Be honest, but not crush their dreams at the same time. So I feel like there's a happy medium. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this from experience. I'm not saying this just from like what I hear other people say or what I think it is. I'm saying from my own experience, right? And I'm coming to find out that I'm learning so much, you know what I mean, when it comes to relationships. And I'm like, look, if this is what you want to do and you want to go into this industry and you want to own your own horse racing stable, you know what I mean, let's do that. But when you own a stable, let's figure out how you can start with a stable, but you can end up with a stable that's big enough to house like all these high names in a horse racing game. Like, you don't want to have a mediocre stable. You want to have the best stable. That's how I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, hell yeah, we could do this. I'm not going to stop you, because if I mess up your flow, you know what I'm saying, I could be messing up the dream that could take you to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in my feelings. So no, I'm not going to stop you. No, do I think it's funny? No, do I think it's crazy? No, do I think you out of your freaking mind? But here's the question of the freaking day. Are you freaking serious about doing this? Yes or no? Because if you are, then let's do it. And let's put our heads together and figure out how we going to do this right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling him this, look, I didn't know that this was going to be the path that I was going to go down. I didn't think I was just going to be getting on here and promoting my business and then flipping it over to like the motivational empowerment thing. So I don't know what God is going to lead me to. This might lead me to be a motivational speaker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm not going to stop the flow. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can unintentionally, you guys, stop your flow, right? Meaning like this. If I'm starting my hair business, but initially I'm getting on live to promote it, right? And you mess up your money, you mess up your success, you mess up your happiness. You're right, Chris. And I'm getting on here to promote my hair business, but God said, you know what? I don't want you to just promote your hair business. I want you to get up here and I want you to help people. I want you to make people feel good. I want you to use me to help others, right? But as I'm doing that, and he's constantly guiding me into this way, I'm like, nah, I don't know how I'm getting over here, y'all, but let me get myself back over here, because I know I'm here, but let me go back over to where I started. You see what I'm saying? Because that's not what I was intending to do. I'm stopping my flow. So if God says, you know, promote your hair business, but you need to also uplift people, you know what I'm saying? Be positive, you know, give words of encouragement, then that's what you should do. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be taking you to another plateau. But if I just crush it, or let me go back to what I was saying before, if he crush it, then we both stopping each other's flow. You know what I'm saying? Right. Exactly. Their dreams and their self-esteem. And so when we sitting here like, damn, why they don't have no ambition? Why they don't have no goals? Why they not eager to try? Why they not trying to fight for themselves? Why they not trying to fight for us? What is the problem? Well, I'm going to tell you something. It ain't just them. You know what I'm saying? It could be us too. Okay? I'm just keeping 100. And I'm including myself an analogy. I'm not just saying that it's other people. I'm saying myself. Because I'm the type of person, you guys, I want to self-check myself as much as possible. Right? So every now and again, I'll be like, you know what? Was that what, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that was the right thing to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you handle that right? Did you say that right? You know, do you need to go back and fix it? I'm the type of person, like, I'm really like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be perfect. I just want to be a better me. Right? And in turn of me being a better me, why would I want to make myself better but not give two damns about my man being a better person? Right? Because we're supposed to complement each other, you know. But like I say, sometimes in relationships, you get to a point where you just get too into your own feelings and you forget about the person you lay with, the person you sleep with, you know what I'm saying? The person who has your back. You forget. You don't intentionally do it. It's just all the other stuff that goes on in your life. You know what I'm saying? Your work, your finances, the bills and all that crap, the stress and all that. You forget. And you have to realize this. Here's the bottom line. If all this stuff was to go away tomorrow and everything that you have, you would lose it. If the world was supposed to blow up. But you're with the person that you set these vows to, or the person that you are planning to say the vows to, or you at that first level where you in a relationship with that person and hoping that you're going to get to a place where you say the vows to that person, then you need to support that person 1,000%. Right? That's how I feel. So that's the conversation we were having. You know what I'm saying? And I come to know now at 41, right? Because when I was 31, I wasn't quite there yet. And when I was 21, I definitely wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was 21, I was too much on the move. Right? Hey, T, my love. What's up, boo? When I was 21, like, I was handling my business, but I wasn't there mentally. You know what I'm saying? First, I'm sorry about that, guys. First of all, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have time to be there mentally. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was whatever. If I had to work, I'm working. If I had to go to school, I'm going to school. If I take care of my kids, that's that. If a guy happened to come along, he come along. If not, oh well. That's how I was at 21, right? Thank you. You know, I was not there. 31, I was like, you know, just getting my feet wet, you know. So if I'm just getting my feet wet, it's like, I ain't supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel that here yet. You know what I'm saying? I waited 8 years to marry my husband. Because when you go through past relationships and you've been in, you know, situations where you haven't been treated right or treated with respect, when that person come along and you ready to settle down, you want to be sure. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at this man like, look, it's do or die. You know what I'm saying? You either going to get it together, because now I'm in the midst of how the old folks think. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, as long as you don't do nothing way crazy out of the way, we stuck together. You stuck with me. I'm not getting into this to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? If you get out of line, we going to fix it. If I get out of line, we going to fix it. But we stuck like glue. You know what I'm saying? We stuck together like booty cheeks. We ain't going nowhere. That's the point that where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we talked about, as you get older, you know what I mean? You grow. But here's another question. If you're not in, say if you in a relationship, right? And you in your 30s, right? And you're not quite there yet. Is this something that you should already know, or is it something that you have to grow to know? I feel like it was something I had to grow to know. I feel like no matter how old I was, if I would have gotten into a relationship in my 40s, I wouldn't know this unless I experienced it. Right. You see? Exactly. My sister saying she waited 18 years before she married her husband. Right? It's just like you just want to be sure. But the thing that kills me, and I see this a lot, and I'm not saying that I wasn't one of them. You see? Because a lot of people would be like, they, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with these people? Like, no, I'm not saying that I wasn't one of those people. Right? I was just one of those people that wasn't intentionally doing it. But like I say, you have a mixture of people who intentionally do it and a mixture of people who don't intentionally do it. Right? And I'm saying, like, now, like, when you get to a certain level in your life, you look back, you know what I'm saying? And you see, like, when people, right, you grow together. But when you see other people in other relationships and you be like, dang, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to shake them. You know what I'm saying? You just want to shake them real hard. You know, shake the marbles in their head and get them all lined up. You know what I mean? Like, what is the problem? Like, why are you in a relationship if you're not going to put 1,000% into it? Why are you in a relationship if you're going to require everything from him and not give anything back? Why are you in a relationship if you're going to require everything from her and you're not going to give anything back? You wasted each other's time, right? But all the while you wasting each other's time, they're both like, oh my God, like, you can't get it together. Like, why are you tripping? And why are you like, well, maybe it's not just the person. Maybe you are a contributor to it as well. You know what I'm saying? Because your spouse is not going to always be able to see and know their best potential all the time. You know what I mean? Because guess what? They have feelings just like you do, right? So they're going to be at a point where their spirits are high, they're okay, where they're low, and they just down, right? And if you're not there to be able to notice what your spouse is going through and what is it exactly that they need in order to get them where they need to go, then there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying? Know your spouse. Okay? Love your spouse. Trust your spouse. Okay? Because if you can't do none of those things I just mentioned, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. Okay? It's not all about like, oh, I'm going to just see what happens later. You know, I feel pretty good about it now. You know what I'm saying? Like that saying they have when they say, oh, everybody know what they got. Okay? So whether your spouse is good or bad, everybody knows what they got. Right. And then, right, sis. And in turn of you doing those things, you bring out the best in each other. Right? So before you know it, you starting here, right? You starting at this bottom level where it's like, okay, and I'm going to use myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna use nobody else. Shoot. I ain't ashamed and I ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use myself. I don't give a damn, right? I'm going to say this right now. My goal is this. I want to, you know what I'm saying, turn my business into an empire. I believe in my business 1,000%. I put 1,000% into the work, and I know where it's going to take off because I have it in here, right? I'm blessed and I'm fortunate enough to have a spouse at this time, this level in the relationship, that supports everything that I do. My good, my bad, and my ugly, right? But we at this level right now, and he's at a level where he wants to do what he wants to do, right? And he wants to go into the horse racing business, but he wants to own his own stables and he wants to do this and that, right? And I believe in him. I believe that he has the knowledge and the talent to do this. And I believe that he's going to continue to do the research that he needs to do to get to this level. I can see the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? I tell him this every day. Like, look, you might not see it now, but every time I go to bed and wake up, I see it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you this. This is what we gonna do. This is what I'm telling him. And I'm talking to him just the way I'm looking in this camera right now. This is what the hell we gonna do. I'm gonna get my behind on this live every day. And I'm gonna push this business. I'm gonna push this hair. Right? Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna make sure this is successful. Right? And so in turn of me doing that, we're gonna take some of that profit, right? And we're going to put it into that stable. You might not have a big stable to start with, but if we got to start with a three space stable, we're going to get that stable. But in turn of doing that, you're going to take some of that stable money and you're going to invest it back into my hair business. And we're going to keep doing this until they become empires. How about that? Okay? So therefore, you get to follow your dreams and goals, and I get to follow my dreams and goals. And when we put them together, it makes beautiful music together. Okay? On the other side of that, then there's the flip side. Yesterday, for example, I did not feel good at all. It took me half a day, if not longer, to get out of bed. I wanted to get up and do my life so bad. I did not have the energy to do it. And this is why I asked the question, you guys. How do you know when you're with the right one? And I'm going to tell you how I know I'm with the right one, right? When your spouse sees what brightens your day, what makes you happy, what makes you tick, right? Even when, you're having a good day. Hey, Tish Boo. Even when you're having a good day or a bad day, right? And when my husband told me yesterday evening, he said, babe, I said, and it's funny now, but I was looking like, oh, okay. I felt like that shit was kind of sexy. I'm going to keep it real. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, damn. He said, well, are you going to do a live today? And I said, babe, yeah, I'm going to do one, but I'm just trying to rest a little bit because, I don't want to get on there and I'm drab and my energy level is not up or whatever. But I'm going to get myself together, baby. I'm going to get on there. You know what he told me? He said, well, what kind of live you going to do today? I said, baby, I don't know. I was thinking about doing a makeup live or, picking a topic or whatever. He said, well, you know what? You want to do a makeup live? Yeah. Okay. What is it that you need? You need the makeup cabinet in the closet or you need the makeup from your person? And that shit made me sit up so straight, y'all. I was like, well, goddamn. Okay. Well, look. I got some pep in my step. I said, well, look, babe, let me get the makeup from my purse, right? And I'm going to turn this into a quick live, like what you could just use in your purse so you can make up real quick, blah, blah, blah. He said, okay, let's get it then. Let's get let's get the tripod, get the phone, get the notebook, get the makeup. And before I knew it, y'all, all that shit was sitting in my living room on the table. And I'm like, God damn, that shit was sexy. I'm in here hot, like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? And that's part of how you know you with the right one. You know what I'm saying? When your spouse love you enough to push you to your highest potential, even when you can't push your damn self, that's how you know you in the right relationship. When you go to bed every day and you wake and you know what I'm saying, you wake up and you go to bed, you don't feel good. When your husband says, you know what, it's time for that medicine, and you like, oh, I know, I got it. No, I don't give a damn. Take it now. Oh, you need to eat. Put something in your stomach right now. How you feeling, babe? Let me rub your back. How's your back feeling? Let me check your back, make sure you're not bruising. How's your legs going? Are you getting any blood clots? How's your brain activity going? Is your medicine low? Do we need to go get a refill? That is how you know you with the right one. Because when they take time from themselves to put it on their spouse and they're selfless, that's how you know that you are with the right one. Right? So at the end of the day, I feel like this. Listen to me and listen to me good. If you are in a relationship, you're in a marriage, you're in an engagement, or like I said, you just in a relationship to become engaged, to be married, support your spouse. Now, if your spouse shows you something different after the fact, after you have put all the energy in to support them, don't let it deter you from continuing to love again or put that same, trust and support into somebody else. Continue to do it, because if you don't continue to do it, whether if it's with that person or have to be with somebody else, you're going to block that flow. Okay? That's the topic of conversation tonight, blocking your flow. Right? So continue to support your spouse. I don't care how silly it sounds. I don't care how crazy it sounds. The best thing to do is, guess what? They might say something and when they say it, you might be in that frustrating situation. And your frustrating situation might tell you like, you know what? This shit sound crazy as hell because I ain't got time. I'm going through a lot right now. I'm trying to figure out this, and this. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Because all you're doing is just crushing their dreams. And then you have to realize this. Well, how would I like it if the shoe was on the other foot? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would I perceive that? How would I accept that? If it was me, I'd kind of be like, I'd be low-key hurt, pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Really? That's how you feel? Because I feel like, when you with somebody, like, they supposed to see the highest in you when you can't see it in yourself. Right? And that's what keeps you going. You know what I'm saying? That's what motivates you to want more, to strive for more, to have more. And so going back to what I said by me using my own analogy, yeah, guess what? I have one child left in my house, right? Our goal is to get her off to college so she can do what she needs to do. So we got a couple of years. So yeah, you know what? This is what we gonna do, boo. We gonna downgrade from that big old house that we had when we had all the kids in there, because we don't have all the kids in there right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one kid left. So we gonna downgrade that big old house down to a nice 2-3 bedroom apartment, 2 bath. We're going to be comfortable in that. We're going to focus on these goals. I'm going to push this hair. You're going to push that stable. And then when we get that house, we're going to get a bigger house than we had before. But this time, we're going to own it. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. You feel me? So I feel like this. At the end of the day, you guys, you know what I'm saying? I love you guys so much. I have grown to love most of you on here. You know what I'm saying? We have become so cool. It's so positive. It's so much love. It's so much motivation. It's so much inspiration. You know what I'm saying? It's never nothing negative, you know? And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? This is part of my flow. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't. I'm just not going to block it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to block it. I'm going to continue to do it in the way that I'm doing it, because obviously this is the way he wants me to do it. Meaning, when I say he, I'm meaning my God. This is the way he wants me to do it. And so I'm not going to go over his head and try to deter what he wants and do what I want, because I feel like, oh, well, what I want is best. When I know that what he wants is always going to be best for me. So like I said, if this is going to be my role where I'm going to start my hair business, do the motivational talks at the same time, I'm going to continue to do that. But I promise you this, if I follow and order his steps, if I allow him to guide me through my flow, both of those things are going to combine together. And like I said, it's going to make beautiful music. So never stop your flow. Never. You know what I'm saying? Never second guess what your first mind is telling you. You know what I'm saying? Accept the support from your spouse. You know what I'm saying? It's not about who knows best, who knows more. It's not about who's smarter, you know what I'm saying? It's not about who's the strongest and who's the weakest, you know, or weaker. You know what I mean? It's like you have to put it together so it can all make sense like a puzzle. And this is all like, it's all vital information, you know what I'm saying, that I feel like is so important, you know what I'm saying, in relationships, that a lot of times we don't get to talk about, you know what I'm saying, because I'm going to be honest with you and I'm going to tell you the truth. A lot of times women, right, and I'm going to say women as far as women in our culture, right, because I don't want to speak for other people's cultures. I can only speak for the culture that I'm from and the culture that I'm in. A lot of times we will seclude ourselves, knowing that we can share the love and inspire, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we'll be so quick. If one of our girlfriends, right, comes to us and says, girl, I'm tired of my man treating me like this, and I'm tired of doing this, I'm tired of doing that. And instead of us finding out the whole entire story about what's going on and why stuff is happening the way it's happening, the first thing that come out of our mouth is, girl, fuck him. You need to leave him alone and go about your fucking business. You could do better. It's somebody out there that wants you. If he don't want you, then somebody else will, right? That's what we do, because we don't want to know the whole story. And I'm saying that it is important for women to stick together, to band together. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if it's something that Sandra knows, or Chris knows, or my sister Kanisha knows, or Tish knows, or whoever's on here watching knows, you know what I mean? Because like I said, it's not a biased conversation. This is a conversation for men and women. It goes both ways. Then why not band together to make ourselves stronger as a union? You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, if we do have people that are in relationships or in marriages, they will be, you know what I'm saying? They won't be like caught up in that statistic, you know what I mean, that marries and divorces. You know what I'm saying? Marries and doesn't make it. Marries and is gone in 6 months. Married that's divorced in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the relationships back in the day, those relationships last because they had the patience to withstand what was going on in their relationship. They wasn't so quick to give up, right? The millennial group or people that's you know, in relationships now, everything is like a microwave. They want everything quick. You got to be on your shit quick. You got to know me quick. You got to love me quick. You got to figure it out quick. Everything quick, right? Then I want to take the time out to figure out the person, to get to know the person you with. Know what they like. Know their dislikes. Know what makes them happy. What makes them sad. What makes them tick. What pushes them. What makes them strive and want. You know, what kind of success do they want? You know what I mean? Do they need help? Right. I just said that, sis. I just said that. I don't have time. You know what I mean? You know what? I don't know why I just got this. This ain't nothing but Satan demon in himself. So, look, listen to me real quick. I just got this thing on my live saying that my live is going to end in 4 minutes. I don't know why. But if it does, I'm going to come right back on and we're going to continue this conversation because I still have more topics to go through and we're going to keep this party rolling. So, on that note, yeah, like I said earlier, sis, like, you stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't trying to hurt me and you ain't disrespecting me and all that stuff. Because my grandma used to tell me back in the day, like, oh, when your grandpa get out of line, girl, I'll go in there and pull that 22 out of my pocketbook and shoot that fool in the foot and I patch him up and we'll make up. You know what I'm saying? But I done been through too much to be just sitting here just giving up. You know? Now, I ain't saying I'm going to take anything because that's a whole nother subject right there. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman that could demand her respect but still be submissive at the same time. Right? You know what? Maybe it's going to go to commercial, you guys. So we're going to see. Let's see. It says 3 minutes until it ends. I don't know if it's going to go to commercial, but, right. Exactly. Because I done been on lives for like 2 hours straight. Last night I was on for 2 hours and 59 minutes. I don't know what this is about, but they ain't gonna stop this flow because you know what I'm saying? We got a good thing going. So like I said, if they end it, then I'm gonna come right back and we gonna click right back in. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing but Satan trying to stop our flow. You see? You see how I'm talking about like Satan's like trying to stop our flow right now. But he's a liar. He better get behind us. You know? But yeah. You know what I'm saying? We just, you know what I'm saying? They only mess with you, you know what I'm saying, when you got your stuff rolling. You know what I mean? Like when you ain't really talking about too much, they'll let you go on and on and on and on, you know. It is what it is. You just got to roll with it, you know. But like I say, you guys, we just got to band together, you know what I'm saying, and strengthen each other, you know what I mean, and love on each other and push positivity in each other. And that's why I was so happy with he's my son. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's not my birth son, but he's my son. You know what I mean? I raised him with my boys. And like I told him, you're going to be something great. You know what I mean? Every time this baby came around me, and this baby has slept at my house for days, and they would tape videos, do this, and music and all that. And I'm working for BET, I'm going to work here, I'm going to work there. And he got what he wanted, you know? So it's a beautiful thing to see that. I want to keep this going. You know what I mean? I want to see other people become, you know, to do what they want to do and become successful. You know? That's what I want to, I really want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to work it out. You know what I mean? Like I always say, this is going to be something huge. I don't know when and how, but it will be. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I'm led to this for some reason, and I'm not going to stop it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stop it. So we definitely got some other stuff we're going to talk about. Because look, I felt like this conversation was so interesting, you guys, that I actually wrote some topics down that I know you guys are going to be interested in and you guys are going to want to comment on. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stall some time because I don't want to get into the conversation and then it cut us off. So let me see if it's still doing it. It haven't popped back up yet, but it said a minute or so or whatever. So I'm just trying to kill a little time before we go into these topics. You know what I mean? Because then I'll really be upset if we get good into it. Okay, now we got 57 seconds until the video ends. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't get kicked out. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this was like a real deep conversation and we just kind of like went in on it or whatever, and I found it really interesting, and I was like, you know what, like this is going to be one of my topics, you know what I mean, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so when I bring up this other stuff, you know what I mean, y'all gonna be like, oh, this is crazy. It's gonna get deeper. You know what I'm saying? That was just a warm up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a whole lot of stuff going on, so just stay tuned and don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to see what's finna happen with this mess right here. This is just straight madness. Madness in its finest. Okay, we got 8 seconds, you guys. So let's see if it goes to like a little commercial or if it just cuts off all entire. Let's see. Okay, are you guys still there?